Hey, wasn't that Kratos just now?
Sheena! Yeah, he returned to Crucis.
I see. So he really is our enemy.
Yeah. But anyway, welcome back.
Thanks. Thank goodness we stopped the giant tree.
Yeah.
You know, up until now, I've always hated my ability to make pacts with summoned spirits.
Huh? Why?
Because I caused the death of countless people in my village due to my inexperience.
Oh.
And on top of that, I'm not even from Mizuho to begin with.
What do you mean?
I was abandoned as a child, just like Genius and Rain. Mizuho's chief found me by chance. Then I was sent off to the Summoned Spirit Research Laboratory as proof of Mizuho's loyalty to the kingdom.
They treated you like a bargaining chip.
Well, don't get me wrong, I'm not upset about that. The chief took really good care of me. I wanted to become a full-fledged summoner and make myself useful, for his sake as well.
I see.
But I ended up unleashing Volt and killed so many people, including Orochi and Kuchinawa's parents, and the chief fell into a coma. Even Corinne, the very first friend I ever had.
Cheer up, Sheena. It was because you can use summoned spirits that we were able to stop the giant tree.
Thanks. But everything happened because I made a pact with all the summoned spirits.
That's the Renegade's fault.
What?
They told us stuff without really knowing what they were talking about, so it's their fault. Let's leave it at that. What?
But the whole thing started when we jumped to conclusions and started forming pacts with summoned spirits.
Well, yeah, but... Well...
I know. By doing what we thought was right, countless people in Silverant lost their lives. I can never forget that. And I know you feel responsible for that even more than I do.
Yeah. We bear the weight of countless people's sadness and anger, regrets, and unrealized dreams.
I know. We can't give up until we've turned that into hope.
Who knows? Maybe your power to use summoned spirits exists for that purpose.
I like to think so.
Who is it? Come on in.
Hey. Do you have a sec?
Sheena! What's up?
You want to come outside with me? It's snowing and it's really pretty.
Sure.
Everyone's asleep. The world looks so peaceful when you stand here like this.
Yeah, even though up above us, Crucis is busy planning its absurd age of lifeless beings.
Lifeless beings. Do you think discrimination would really go away if everyone became lifeless beings?
I doubt it would.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm human, but the people of Mizuho and the other humans of Tetheal have always had a gap separating them. Even inside Mizuho, I always stood out.
Maybe Mythos despises the blood of both races that course through his body.
Maybe so. I can kinda understand that too.
Because you're from Mizuho?
Well, since I can make pacts with summoned spirits, I probably have elves in my ancestry somewhere in the distant past.
Really?
Apparently, only those of elven blood can call forth summoned spirits. Not just magic, but any technique that uses the mana of the natural world requires some elven blood to be flowing through you.
Then Kratos and Zelos too?
Yeah, they might have some elven blood in them, just like me.
I see.
The instant I made the pact with Corinne, people around me started to look at me differently. And I thought to myself, this is what it must be like for half-elves all the time.
Did you ever wish you were different?
I've lost count of the times I wished it. Especially since I caused the deaths of the people in my village. But it's because I have this power that I met Corinne and all of you.
Yeah. If you didn't have your summoning abilities, someone else might have come to kill Colette instead.
When I think about it that way, I think that everything a person possesses is important in some way.
In other words, you have your summoning abilities because they're needed.
Yeah. My power, Colette's power, Rain and Genus's elven blood, and everything you've received from your parents. They're all needed, and that's why they're there. We're all needed, and that's why we're here.
I think you're right. I think every single life has meaning.
Me too. I started thinking that way lately. And when I did, it's like a great weight was lifted from my shoulders. To know that it's okay just to be alive, you know?
Well, yeah, that's a given, isn't it?
Wasn't a given for me. I failed in my duties and I ran from making pacts. I always thought of myself as a burden.
I see.
But after seeing you say exactly what you mean, and not holding anything back time and time again, I started to think that maybe I could just be myself.
Really? I don't quite get it.
Really. I think I started to think that way because you live your life in such earnest.
I think that's a compliment.
I wish Mythos could feel that too.
Mythos.
If he lived his life as earnestly as you do, maybe he wouldn't be able to snuff out the lives of those who are trying just as hard to live.
I don't know if we can get that across to him or not. But I'm going to fight him, for the sake of creating a world where we can live our lives the way we want to.
Are you planning to make the next move?
Yeah. I don't see the situation improving by allowing Crucius to go about their merry way.
I agree. I don't like just sitting around and waiting to see what happens.
Right? You and I think a lot alike, Sheena. I think we could become great friends.
Great. Friends.
Oh, you don't want to?
Idiot.
What is it?
You still up?
I couldn't really get to sleep.
Well, in that case, you want some company for a little while?
Okay then, just for a little while.
So, aren't you nervous?
Huh?
About tomorrow, the battle with Kratos.
Yeah, a little.
Right, of course you'd be. Doesn't it bother you?
What, fighting with Kratos?
Yeah. I mean, he's your father, right? Isn't it kind of difficult to face him?
The fact that he's my father still hasn't sunk in. When I stop and think about it, it does seem like he helped me out a lot along the way. But he also betrayed us and put us through hell. So accepting the fact that he's my father is harder to deal with than the fact that I have to fight him.
I see. But, I'm still a little envious.
Why?
I was abandoned as a child, so I don't have a clue who my parents are. I thought about what it would be like if I was in your place. And if my parent was my enemy and yet still came to my aid, I think I'd just be all confused.
I'm confused too, even now.
Well, so, when I imagined about fighting my own father tomorrow, I got really frightened.
You did? You dork. You don't have to put yourself in my shoes that much, you know?
I know, but either way, it nearly drove me crazy. I couldn't take it. Anyway, that's how I felt, so I thought maybe you're feeling the same way.
Thanks, Sheena.
Nah, it's, Say, what are you planning to do after this?
After this?
When the worlds are reunited, our journey will be over, right? So what then?
Well, I think I want to go on a journey to collect all the X-Spheres.
Oh, that's a good idea. Could I come along with you?
Huh? You don't have to go back to Mizuho?
I wanna be with you.
Sure. I want to be with you too.
Really? Then it's settled, okay? You can't change your mind now. We're going together on a journey to collect all the X-Spheres in the world.
Yeah, That way, no more people will fall victim to the X-spheres, and these things will never be dragged into a conflict like this again.
It's a promise. If you don't keep it, I'm gonna invoke the Mizuho tradition of making a liar swallow 1,000 needles.
Whoa, okay, I promise.